HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Good Saturday evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis. Thanks for tuning in. Topping the news tonight, the government recently announced that proposed legislation is being circulated among casino operators and others in the gaming industry, which will allow guests to engage in online gaming from anywhere on the hotel property. Well, that's not sitting well with the No Vote No campaign. Campaign coordinator Reverend Lyle Bethel believes Bahamians have already clearly spoken their opposition to gaming, and legislation of this kind isn't needed.
The present government campaigned on the slogan that they believe in Bahamians, and the Bahamian people have spoken. They are not for gambling, and I believe they're not for gambling for themselves, and because we aspire to be a Christian nation, I don't think that they want to be guilty of taking advantage of the tourists who are here under our good graces and our protection, that we are robbing and raping them in this way. And so our encouragement is for the government to, I wouldn't even say reconsider, drop this. It's bad legislation. It shouldn't take place. Leave it alone.
Reverend Bethel maintains that the laws for gaming should be balanced for Bahamians and foreigners. Either it's yes or no. And while he admits gaming has made our tourism industry profitable, those generated funds can be put to better use, for example, to curb social issues.
I say we could create an ombudsman committee that will look after this money. I'd say let's name it the Carlton Francis Fund, and they can look after this money and make sure that it's properly spent so that Bahamians, this government says it wants to put Bahamians first, so that Bahamians are now being ministered to, rather, by that ill-gotten gains, rather than being taken advantage of. And so, to me, I think that's one of the wonderful things they can do. That's some good legislation, not ignoring the people's will who've already said no to gambling and coming back with some other way to do it.
A number of small and medium-sized resorts projects are under construction on Eleuthera, positioning the island to embrace new industries. Government officials traveled to the island to get a first-hand account of the progress being made. Our Janelle Noel Ferguson traveled with them and filed this report.
The island of Eleuthera is on the move as developments are taking shape around every corner. Prime Minister Perry Christie, MP for South and Central Eleuthera Damian Gomez, State Minister of Investments Kaylis Roll, and other government officials recently toured the island and say they're pleased as the island is set for an economic resurgence. At the French Leaves Marina Village property, contractor James Thompson says when completed, the island gateway will offer all of the modern amenities while keeping a Bahamian flair.
We also have that comprised of 16 hotel cottages that is going to keep the Bahamian authenticity. And then it's also comprised of a commercial hotel area, which is going to have a reception area. Also, it's going to have a tiki pavilion, wedding pavilion. There's going to be an events lawn, a large commercial swimming pool, and then a restaurant and also a tiki bar and grill.
The $11 million investment is expected to be completed in about 18 months. And what's most important is providing jobs. South and Central Eleuthera MP Damian Gomez says at peak of construction, at least 70 jobs will be filled.
Our community has suffered from massive unemployment for a long period of time. This gives us an opportunity to create jobs and to provide opportunities for our people.
The government delegation also toured the Coco de Mama Resort, a charming small hideaway located in the beach on Governor's Harbor. The tour ended with a quick ferry ride over in Harbor Island at the Dunmore property, which is now being expanded. Officials say the demand for the $7 million residential home development has been steady.
We can only hold about 50 persons per night, but that will soon change with the construction that you see around you.
We have 3 residences under construction right now. The first of the 6 residences is completed and has been sold and occupied. The residences will also be part of the rental pool for the hotel.
MP for North Eleuthera, Theo Seeley, is also pleased with the developments.
Currently, they have some 70 to 80 people hired in the construction site. Once it's completed, they'll be hiring persons within the community and around as well to work on the grounds itself. So we're excited about it, and certainly it employs more persons in North Eleuthera, and I'm about trying to get jobs for the people of North Eleuthera, so I'm very pleased to welcome it and pleased to see the project happening.
Janaea Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Janaea. Along with the new hospital that is being built in Eleuthera, Prime Minister Perry Christie revealed the government is also supplying the island with additional resources that will improve airlift on the island. The Prime Minister believes it all amounts to a significant investment on that island.
Plans are advancing for aviation fuel supplies being installed for Governor's Harbour and Roxanne airports in support of expanded airlift. Expansion and landscaping of Sky Beach Resort, which has just been approved, are significant steps to revitalize the Eleuthera economy. These private and public sector developments represent an injection into the Eleuthera economy of an estimated $75 million.
While there is much economic activity taking place in Central and North Eleuthera, residents over in South Eleuthera are concerned that not much is taking place there. Minister of State for Investments Kalis Roll, however, he says they can look forward to new developments in the near future.
There is a party that is interested in doing something in South Eleuthera. We're going to try and meet with them next week, and hopefully we're able to get something out of the ground in South Eleuthera. But there is the Cotton Bay project that went through the ravages of the recession, and we've been having discussions with them, and they're very much interested. And I think the activity that they're participating in as we speak will result in some meaningful activity that's going to take place with the rebirth and redevelopment of that project.
Now, this type of attention to the island, he said, is spilling over in other family islands, and the country looks to crawl out of the economic recession.
Economic recovery is a journey. And, we started in Eleuthera. We've been doing a lot of work in Grand Bahama. We're doing a lot of work in Abaco. We're doing a lot of work in Exuma. And it's only a matter of time before all of that activity begin to translate into economic recovery, jobs, and economic activity, entrepreneurial opportunity for Bahamians.
When the weekend edition continues, U.S. Embassy officials revealing how many Bahamian prisoners are waiting to be extradited. That story and more coming up.